Hey, friends, welcome back to the Called to Lead podcast. So, I'm excited for today's episode where I'm going to be tackling another one of our 5S brand pillars, which are tied to what makes us different. And so, you might have asked yourself that question or asked me that question: what makes Restore Collective different? Or if you haven't, you've certainly been asked it by potential customers or people out there that are learning about what we're doing. And so it's a fantastic question that I'm really excited to tackle through this series of podcasts because there's a lot that makes us different. And in fact, the 5S concept came from a conversation with one of our founding partner mentors who asked me that exact same question last fall when they started to kind of see some of the products as they were coming together. And so the 5S's collectively are seasonal, smart, simple, safe, and sustainable. And we're breaking down each one over the next few weeks. So today's episode is going to be all about SMART, which is one that I'm super passionate about and I cannot wait to share more about in today's episode. So let's dive in. Okay, so as I mentioned in the last episode, each one of our 5S's, safe, seasonal, simple, smart, and sustainable, has so many facets to what makes both our product and our compensation plan different that we are tackling each one with an entire episode. So this week's episode is all about SMART, and I cannot wait to share more what makes our product smart and our business smart with you. And truly, I just want to preface this by saying that I think all of these ideas, I'm certainly not saying I'm smart. I'm saying that if we look to the Lord for inspiration and wisdom, especially when we're in alignment with His will, He will give every single idea, every single inspiration. And so anything that is cool and smart, I don't feel like I can even take credit for. It's just truly implementing either an idea that was given like a direct download in my brain out of nowhere, or even cooler, it was something that came from someone in our focus group, or maybe a conversation even with you listening. Because when we say we value people first, from that, it helps us develop great products. And then from sharing that, that's how we all generate a profit, which is the goal of any business. And it starts with the people. And a lot of these smart concepts are legit from you, and they're actually happening every single time I do a Beauty Lab experience or a Restore road trip. And the smart, cool things about our products and what we have now, but also what's to come, they just keep on coming. So I'm so pumped about this particular 5S pillar that makes us different when it's smart. So the first question, and this is one that when you kind of see our curated glow capsule palette, and particular our refill tins, which we'll talk more about when we get to the sustainability piece, you may or may not notice the sizing of them. First of all, they are beautiful. They are gold. We made these tins specifically custom for us with the idea that they fit together in a perfect grid. So we have one that is a square that's for our skin tint. We have some that are half of a square or a rectangle, like our lift bronze or our primary cheek lip. And then we have others that are smaller squares that for the bright balance or for the eye glows, for the cheek lip half sizes when you want just a pop of color or color on the go. But the idea is both our glow capsule custom curated makeup system, as well as our smaller travel-friendly Go capsule, are tailored specifically to the size of our tins. And what makes the tins even more special is they are smart sized to be exactly tailored with a consumption rate of about 2 to 4 months. So this concept came, and the story behind this came when we very first started meeting with our compensation plan developers. They are some of the best in the industry. Of the $30 billion companies in the direct sales space, they have worked with 30 of them, so a third of them, either on the front end developing their plan or on the back end refining or changing their plan, which is what we told them we don't want to do moving forward. And so they helped us understand that in the beauty space, sometimes it can be really challenging in direct sales because what has worked in other, say, the supplement market or things like shakes is people use them monthly, right? So there's a consistent reorder rhythm that the partners can experience for themselves, but also from their customers. And so with makeup, nobody wants to run out of their stuff within 1 month, right? But they also don't necessarily want it to last beyond the expiration date of like 6 months to 2 years, depending on the product date, because that's just kind of gross, right? And so the concept is that if we could tailor the sizing of each item based on about how much she's going to be using it, the customer is going to be using it, and then tailor that size specifically to a refillable packaging that is about a 2 to 3 to 4 month usage, it's just smart. And so the minute she said that, we were right in the midst of picking out the exact sizing for our tin, the packaging, and determining that. And so I really kind of went and looked at the typical usage rates that I had seen for things like a foundation or a contour. And what I had seen in my previous experience is that people would, move through something like a foundation color a lot quicker than they would a bright and bold lip and cheek color, right? Or a glittery eyeshadow, something along those lines. Whereas there were certain colors that they're going to use again and again and again, and they're going to go through them faster. Or another specific example is our concealer, the Bright Balance, which is both a color corrector and a brightener. And we have room for 2 in our glow capsule. That's something that you're not putting all over your face, right? So you just need a little bit to kind of cover the distractions on your face. And so obviously having that as a smaller amount is something that's just smart. So we like to say that all of our products are smart sized. And that's one of the things that really differentiates it is they fit together in a grid. You can, even in our glow capsule, you can take out what we call the training wheels, which is the inner divider that creates the simple system for those who might be learning. And then you can put your extras in there as well and fit it into any grid that you want for those that want to go rogue and use whatever versions of our refills that you want in your palette. And so that's the first reason that our products are different is due to the smart sizing of our tins and our containers and even our skincare. The second reason is kind of tied to the same is the smart sizing of all of the accessories. So if you've seen our Glow and Go bags, and if you've seen our brushes, which are all kind of conveniently labeled with the idea of fast, simple, easy, and on the go. So we have like our Blend and Go brush, our Shade and Go, Line and Go, Glow and Go. And so whether it's our smart sized brushes or the carry bags that are designed to create this custom curated, like a capsule wardrobe for your skincare or for your makeup. Everything is literally smart sized by me with like my little, in fact, this is such a funny story. I first started with using my daughter, Mary, who is a middle schooler. She had this clear protractor, and that was the only measuring tool I could find in my kitchen junk drawer. And so I'm not even kidding. My first trip to New York, when I'm at the trade show, my friend Bethany was with me, and she was cracking up, and we have pictures and videos of me with my little clear protractor going and measuring all the things, because we wanted this to be something that was well thought out, that's really smartly designed to help curate a system. So you're probably listening to this rather than watching it, but if you're watching it on YouTube, you can see our Glow bag and how it's perfectly sized to fit our travel-friendly brushes. The palette itself even has room for an extra palette if you want to have one that's maybe for your everyday routine and then have your extras in a separate Glow capsule. You can do that as well. And so, for example, the brushes, one of the benefits of doing this is the smart sizing of them makes them very, very travel friendly. But what's really cool is I have had even legit pro makeup artists that have come to our Restore road trips that were blown away by the fact that the sizing makes them so much more simple and approachable to use, especially for people on themselves. And so we're really excited about the quality of our brushes and the smart sizing that is associated with it. And so that's another thing that really sets us apart is this smart sizing of everything and how it ties together as a system and a collection. And you can even take your Glow bag and pop it inside your Go bag, and it's designed to fit perfectly in there. And so that's another fun element that really makes us unique and different. And I really don't know anything else out there on the market that organizes and simplifies like our products do with Restore. So then the last thing that makes us smart is we are working with 2 different formulators on all of our products that are both experts in the clean beauty space. They are US based, so all of our products are made in the US, but they exceed the EU standards, which we'll talk more about when we get to the SAFE 5-pillar S. But what's really cool is, for example, our skin tint is a hybrid skincare and makeup in one. And same goes with our Prime Protect. It's a primer and SPF in one. Our Lift Bronze is a bronzer and a contour in one. Our Bright Balance is designed to be both a brightener in the lighter shades and a color corrector balance in the darker shades. But what's really cool is that's going to switch and flip. What might be a brightener for a darker warm tone will be the color corrector needed for a lighter warm toned person. And so it's just super cool, the smart elements of even the simplifying of the products and making them, really kind of multi-purpose and hybrid versions of your favorite products. And the way we design this is the entire system is meant to be how a woman intuitively applies her makeup. So yes, we have the branded names like Skin Tint, Bright Balance, Lift Bronze, Cheek Lip, Eye Glow, Brow Liner, for example, of the Glow Capsule refills. But truly the way we teach it is it'll be foundation, like a lightweight foundation, a concealer that's going to be put in the areas just where you need it, a bronzer contour in one. The eyeshadows are meant to be where you can also use it as a highlighter to give a little bit of a glow and a brightness to the tops of your cheekbones. And so everything's meant to be multi-purpose, which makes it both simple, which again, we'll talk more about when we get to that S, but also just really smart. And so each and every product that we made on the line, there was a ton of thought and innovation that went into it. And even the packaging has some really cool, smart details as well. Like our Lip Shine has both a safe silicone applicator that compresses the product through an inner tube and pushes it up through the middle so that you get just the amount that you need, but it also uses every single drop and you know exactly how much you have left. So that's just an example of a smart way of our actual packaging of the products. Also, you don't have to keep up with the lids of pretty much anything that we have. You can just twist up the lids of our Prime Protect or our Renewal Ointment or the Renewal Elixir. And so I think the only ones that have lids are the step 1 and 2 cleansers, but they're so pretty that you're going to want to remember to put it back on there because I don't know about you guys, but those little clear lids that come on cleansers usually, I can never keep up with those. And so then it's floating around in my bag when I'm traveling, making a huge mess. And so you don't have to worry about that stuff because we have tried to put smart elements into all of the products that we're doing here with Restore. So those are the 3 reasons that set Restore apart when it comes to the product smart aspects. Now, when it comes to the smart aspects of our compensation plan, there are so many that it was really hard for me to kind of narrow down specifically what really makes us different. But I'll start with the one that I think is the most obvious, and that is our hybrid plan that is designed to meet people right where they are when it comes to building and sharing a business. So the way that our paths are structured is someone who just wants to try and use the makeup just needs to remain a customer. They're not going to necessarily get a better deal. They would get commission on the back end if they joined as an advocate or partner, but they're going to have to eventually invest in the digital business toolkit, which is not going to be what's in their best interest. So someone and most people will remain a customer, and that's awesome. But for those that want to build a business, even if they're scared, even if they're timid, our hybrid model approach is smart because it gives them 2 choices. And we even have a quiz on our Join the Collective tab that will live on our restorecollective.co website that will help them know which of the 2 paths is right for them. With the advocate being more centered on just sharing the product as an affiliate, which is going to be perfect for someone who's skittish about the network marketing business model. Maybe they've had a bad experience, or maybe they've never tried it before. Or maybe someone just wants to be a hostess and they want to be able to host an in-person or online virtual beauty lab experience. And they would love to not only earn free product credit, which you can earn through our compensation plan and our momentum incentive, which is our fast start bonus, but they can also earn commissions, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty great carrot to dangle for someone who you think might want to be someone on your team, but they'd make a great hostess. You can invite them to be an advocate. Or my other favorite thing that makes us smart is for someone, because right now in the industry, there's a lot of division, and I have been a part of this. And if I have ever made you feel shame for trying to make a decision to do more than one company, And do I still believe that it's really challenging, if not impossible, to be a leader at more than one company, or that it's wise to focus on building two teams and leading two leadership calls and going to two conferences? No, I wouldn't advise that or recommend that to anyone, which is a part of the reason why we designed this advocate program to be perfect as the innovative solution for those that want to take advantage of sharing a product they love and the benefits of a network marketing business without both the time, the pressures, or setting the tone for your team of at an existing place. And so our affiliate side, or the advocate program as we call it, is perfectly suited for someone who's a leader in another company that maybe has nothing to do with makeup or skincare and wants something to share. So we had a gal come to one of our Restore Road trips that fits this exactly. And she was so excited about the advocate program. And even though she realizes she could make more commissions on the partner side, because our advocate program does start at 20% commissions and goes up to 25% commissions, because you don't have that added layer of responsibility of serving the team and the duplication that comes with the partner program. So, could she be smart and sign up as the partner? Sure, she can. But what kind of tone is that setting to her team as she's a top leader at this other company if she's trying to focus on building at both, right? Whereas the advocate program is something that she can loudly and proudly say that she's just signed up as an affiliate. That's all there is. And so this is a really great innovative approach that is a really smart way to address the division that is really prevalent right now in the industry in regards to doing more than one businesses. And then the partner program is going to be your more traditional direct sales based program. But there's some really cool, smart innovations even within the partner program that we'll talk about next. But I would say the first element that sets us apart and is different is that it is a hybrid plan that is designed to meet people right where they are and empower the freedom for them to choose. So the second facet of the compensation plan that's pretty smart is tied to our partner program. And that is the fact that we have set it up to be very strategically placed around the volume associated with bundles of our products. And so what that allows us to do is to really help create consistent volume by sharing the best values with our customers. So what does that look like? So for example, the custom curated glow capsule, which is what our color science quiz will point people to, is going to be just under $200. So it'll be we haven't officially set the pricing yet. That will be to come, but it's under $200, right? So if someone just gets that, which is definitely the best value if they are starting as a customer, or same thing if they purchase our skincare bundle, which will be more than 100, under 200. Either way, if someone enrolls as a partner, for example, and they decide to purchase that for themselves, they're going to hit that first rank of profitable partner right away. Or even better, if they sell just one, it can be to their mom, their sister, their neighbor, whoever. If they sell just one, they're going to hit that very first rank, which is going to give them a win right out the get-go. It's also going to help them become profitable in their business, which is why it's called Profitable Partner. Then what's really cool is as the ranks move up and the volume required for that initial phase, which the first, you can rank 3 times on your own personal volume alone, or you can choose to get that volume required from your team as well. But what's really cool is the volume that's based is around our collections and the bundles, to where you can say, and we will, if you sell 3 of these, you'll hit this rank. Or if you can help this person sell this many, she'll hit that rank. And so even our momentum incentive is a smart way to get people started with success, because all they have to do to get an extra $100 in free product credit right out the gate is to find 5 customers that total $1,000 in sales. So you do the math. If you sell 5 glow capsules, that'll come just short of the $1,000, but more than likely someone's going to want to tack on the Lash Extend mascara or the Prime Protect, or they're going to want the bag, which is going to push that average first time order over $200, even if our bundles come in shy of that. And so the exciting thing about that is the value and the volume that we are able to teach to people is that you just need to go find 5. Go find your first 5 customers. And the way you're going to do that is by getting the product on Faces, inviting them to maybe view an online link, and our systems, which we'll talk about in a second, are going to direct them exactly how to do that. So the cool thing is once someone gets through that first phase of finding their 5 customers, they've got that momentum incentive. And not only are they making commissions, they've also ranked a silver partner if they do that in their first month, which is exciting. So they've ranked twice if they're able to find those 5 customers at 1,000 in US sales. But what's also cool is once you know how to do that, you can know how to do it again and again and again. And even better, you can now teach someone else how to do it, which is where the next phase of the partner program comes in, which is our star partner, our silver star partner, and our gold star partner, which is about helping find other people to create volume, whether that's 1 people on one branch or 5 people on one branch. Whether it's an advocate, whether it's a partner or multiple partners, it's really about building the volume and helping people find that volume in the way that they choose. And it might look different than the way that you did it, right? You might be a partner enrolling someone who's an advocate who doesn't have the same goals as you. And as we talked about last week in the seasonal episode, there will be different seasons in the business. And so that's really what makes our comp plan smart is that it continues to phase up into even the leadership levels, but it's based on a solid, scalable foundation that's built on the pricing of our bundles and collections, which even if, 5 years down the road, we introduce a new active bundle or a wellness bundle, those bundle pricings are always going to be what we choose to promote as the best value for your customers, which is what's going to create the volume needed for you and your team to be able to rank and grow. So that's the reason number 2, our comp plan is smart. And the reason number 3 is because I am systems obsessed. And if you didn't know this already, you probably haven't listened to my podcast for very long because you can go back years now and listen to some of the systems that have been proven to be successful in my business when it comes to onboarding or rank advancements or customer service, marketing, all of those things. That is one of the things that I'm most passionate about. And one of the things that makes Restore Collective really smart is we have developed a system where we're going to do those systems for you. So what I mean by that is when it comes to customer service, when you first join, you don't have to worry about sending out email blasts to all your customers or getting a project broadcast account unless you already have one set up and you've already invested in that and you're bringing that over into your business. You don't have to run your business like you see that online influencer run or even like your upline that you see run. We as Restore are going to take care of those systems for you to serve your customers and equip you with the systems that you need as a partner or advocate to be able to know how to have success in those first steps in your business so that you as the upline or you as the partner serving your customers, you don't have to do that. So the way we do it is a phased approach where at the beginning, we will do it for you, essentially. Like we will take care of all of that customer service follow-up. We'll check in with people for you and, send them a little bit more information just to make sure they love their products. So you don't have to worry about doing that. Then in the next phase, we're going to do it with you. We're going to help you set up some cool kind of big girl business systems where you'll set up your own phone number, for example, so you have a separate number that people can text so that you're not tied to your phone all day long, right? Like you can block out an hour or 2, maybe even at different points in the day, which is all you need to go in and take care of your customer service, to take care of your team, and not feel like you have to be tied to your phone 24/7, which is both safe and smart if you're asking me. And so we'll equip you when the time comes with how to do that, but it's not something that you're going to want to need to know right from the beginning. And we will preach that loud and proud. And so it's smart because it's phasing you and you're not investing in those tools or earning them through the rewards that we gift through Restore Collective until you're ready for it, right? And then lastly, when you're ready to build a personal brand, we have got you covered. Or when you yourself are soaring in your business, but maybe you have some of your teamies who are just kind of struggling to replicate your results, we're going to have some courses and some tools and resources to help you step into that leadership role or even your own personal brand, but do it in a way that still creates duplication and service to your team, which is one of the most challenging things that any leader will tell you in her business is to try to find the balance of that. So we've baked in that smart systems mindset into everything we do at Restore, and I cannot wait for you guys to see all of the things when we roll them out. So those are the 3 reasons that we have a smart comp plan. 1, it's a hybrid plan allowing people to choose the best path for them, and we meet them right where they are. Number two, the phased approach of our volume-based compensation plan is tied to the collections and bundles that we will promote through our color science quiz and other really cool tools and systems. And then third, the systems are so special. The ones that serve your customers, the ones that are going to serve you if you're getting started in your business, as that's something that I'm excited to bring as a personal passion and leadership, hopefully gifting and skill set into the corporate side at Restore so that you don't have to do that, my friends. So I'm going to wrap us up in prayer, but hopefully this has been helpful in helping you know what makes Restore different from the other opportunities that are out there. Dear Lord, thank you so much for the opportunity just to share the inspiration that you've given through this vehicle of the podcast. And we know if someone's still listening at this point, they're really interested and invested in what we are doing, or at least giving it a good consideration. And we just ask that you speak to their heart and to make it clear the path that is for them. And for some, that might just be staying right where they are and just being inspired by what we're doing over here to where they can bring that back to their own business or their own company, because it truly is our goal to lift up the whole industry with what we're doing here. But if that person is wanting to do a business with Restore, that they would have the discernment and the wisdom to know which step is right for them, whether that's the advocate program, maybe because they are another leader in a company and they want to do the right thing by their team and just focus on the affiliate side to begin, or whether they are all in on the partner program and they get this and they just want to understand how they can get to that next level. And so just help give them peace that we are here to support them and walk beside them, that I've been right where they are in their journey. And that's a part of what really makes this special. So thank you for all the smart elements and inspiration and wisdom. We know it's all from you and for you and through you. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, thanks again for listening, and stay tuned for another S next week. Bye.